Have you ever stopped to think about how some big global trade decision could actually change the price of that gift you're about to buy? Well, today we're going to break down that exact connection, the one between tariffs and your holiday shopping list. And trust me, it's pretty surprising.
All right, so the holiday season is kicking into high gear, which means, you guessed it, the big hunt for Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. We all know the drill, right? But here's the thing. This year, there's this kind of invisible factor hiding behind the price tags that could really change the whole game.
Yeah, just imagine finding that perfect deal, the one you've been waiting for. But it's got a secret surcharge baked right in. That's pretty much what a tariff is. It's this hidden cost that can take an amazing deal and turn it into, well, just an okay deal.
And look, we are not talking about a small amount here. A recent analysis actually found that these tariffs could tack on an extra $132 per shopper this holiday season. All of a sudden, that hidden tax feels, well, it feels very real, doesn't it?
Okay, first up, let's really dive into these hidden costs. We're going to see exactly how these import taxes are quietly putting a strain on all of our budgets.
So, that $132 per person? Okay, when you zoom out and look at the big picture, the number is just staggering. Seriously. If the tariffs we have now had been in place last year, it would have meant an extra $26.6 billion with a B paid by American consumers.
Okay, so the big question is, where is all this extra cost coming from? Let's do a little detective work and follow the price tag all the way backwards, from your wish list to the store shelf and right back to the shipping container.
Go ahead and take a look at this list. I bet it looks pretty familiar, right? I mean, electronics and clothing alone make up something like 60% of that extra tariff cost. But it doesn't stop there. It also hits furniture, toys, and yeah, even those small online orders from places like Shein. Basically, it's your entire holiday wish list.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract economic theory. When you see huge gaming companies like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo talking about market conditions being the reason for price hikes, well, you can bet tariffs are a huge part of that conversation. And just like that, the new console on your kid's wish list just got a little more expensive.
So this all leads back to the most important question, right? When a tariff is slapped on something, who really ends up paying the price? Let's break down exactly where that financial burden lands. And well, here's your answer. Plain and simple. Sure, businesses and foreign exporters, they absorb some of the cost. But the biggest piece of the pie, a massive 55%, that gets passed directly onto U.S. consumers. Yep, we're the ones paying the lion's share of this tax.
It seems like we can all kind of feel it already. A survey from the National Retail Federation found that a huge 85% of us are expecting to see higher prices this year. We might not be walking around talking about tariffs, but we are definitely feeling that pinch in our wallets.
Okay, so if we're the ones paying the price, what's actually going on behind the curtain? Let's take a look at the businesses that are right there on the front lines, the importers. For them, trying to navigate all this stuff is a really high-stakes game, especially during the crazy holiday season.
The old way of managing all this trade compliance stuff was, well, it was a mess. Think about these gigantic, endless spreadsheets, a whole lot of guesswork, and just hoping you didn't miss a crucial update. But now companies are shifting to a whole new approach, using technology for automation and real-time data to get ahead of the game. And that right there brings us to the rise of digital solutions, and really the huge role technology is starting to play in modern trade.
Now, to really get why this is such a big deal, you have to know about something called an HTS code. Every single product that comes into the US has to have one of these unique 10-digit codes, and if you get that code wrong, whoops, you're looking at huge fines and massive delays. It is incredibly complicated.
So this is exactly where technology comes in to save the day. You've got automated systems that can watch for tariff changes as they happen. They can classify thousands of products correctly to avoid those expensive mistakes. And they basically give businesses a clear dashboard of all their financial risks. It lets them be proactive instead of just reacting to problems. And here's the bottom line. Here's why all this tech stuff matters to you and me. Yeah, tariffs at a cost, but the real budget killers for these companies are simple, dumb mistakes, like using the wrong code for a product or getting a shipment stuck in customs for weeks. By using tech to avoid those huge errors, businesses can stop even bigger costs from getting passed down to us, the shoppers. So it turns out the price you pay for a video game is deeply, deeply connected to these super complex codes that get it to the store in the first place. Kind of wild, right? And the technology that helps a business deal with tariffs might just be the one thing keeping prices from spiraling even higher for all of us.
Which leaves us with one last thing to think about. In this crazy complex global economy we live in, is smarter technology actually the new secret to protecting our own wallets?